What's the best food for a cockapoo? Thank you so much for the question. Well, believe it or not, cockapoos are one of my favorite breeds because, who doesn't love that sort of face? They look like babies and they may as well be your baby. So, believe it or not, what they need isn't that dissimilar, if different at all, from what a German Shepherd or a Belgian Malinois needs in terms of food. If you look at the composition of the jaw and the canines, the canatial teeth, the back teeth, there is not that much difference, if any difference at all, between how the jaws are, and a dog is a dog at the end of the day. That's what I'm trying to get at. So you should feed your dog not like a baby and not like a human, but as a dog. And by that, I mean feeding your cockapoo a species appropriate diet. What does that mean? That means that, like all dogs, they don't have this enzyme called amylase in their mouth, so they cannot break down starches. Very good hint that they need meat over carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? No rice, no wheat, no barley, no corn, no soy, no white potato, and as few vegetables as possible. Up the meat content and feed low glycemic carbohydrates. You can feed a very good kibble. Make sure you read the ingredients on the back and make sure that crude protein content is as high as possible. Make sure there's meaty ingredients and there's none of these carbohydrates I've just spoken about. If you're going for a wet food, be careful that it doesn't contain sugar or cereals or meat and animal derivatives. And if you are feeding raw, make sure it's a reputable brand and it's world sourced and you are a responsible raw feeder. So what does a cockapoo eat? A cockapoo eats the same as a Belgian Malinois or a German Shepherd. They need a biologically appropriate diet. They are dogs, and if you feed them correctly, you will be staying away from allergies, diabetes, pancreatitis. How about treats? Well, you have rabbit ears, pig ears, sprats, you have meaty chews, things with meat. Always read the ingredients for everything you give your dog. If you buy something packaged, make sure it doesn't contain any meat and animal derivatives again. So always for treats, keep it as close to 100% natural as possible. You have sticks that are 100% meat, and those are absolutely wonderful treats. You have whole sprats, and those are wonderful treats as well. Pig ears, things that you can identify, things that when you look at the package or when you look at the product, you automatically know what you are feeding the dog. If you are feeding the dog a gravy bone, for example, you will be feeding the dog cereals and meat and animal derivatives that is far removed from what the dog eats. High meat, low carb. That's what a cockapoo eats.